All right, guys, looks like we're live again. We are at Camp Covington now for story time. So Bunny, Snoopy, and Apples, you guys can take it away to tell us some about the Tajar.
Hi guys, this is Bunny. We're back again, and we have a Tajar tale for you and a very special surprise at the end. We have a picture book of the Tajar and his whole family, so I'll show you a couple pictures from it after. So the story tonight is how the Tajar got his tux. Once upon a time, there was a Tajar, and he lived in a camp, and around the camp, and over the camp, and under the camp, and all through the camp. All the places that were in a camp, he lived in. But there were some campers that came to camp. And when the campers were in camp, the Tajar stayed in his hiding place, which was somewhere between the bottom of the trees and the tops of the skies. So, for if any of the campers saw him once, they forgot what he looked like. But if they ever saw him again, they forget what he looked like, which would be quite disastrous. But one night, when the campers were in camp and the moonlight was bright and the Tajar were filled with joy, he came out of his hiding place and he danced in the moonlight and danced and he danced, and one of the campers saw him once, and the chief camper nearly saw him twice and almost forgot to forget what he looked like. But the range ranger, who ranged the ranges in that region, saw the Tajar dancing in the moonlight. Then he came across the ranges and he stood in front of the Tajar and he said, "Tajar, Tajar." And the Tajar said, "Yes, sir." Then the range ranger said, "Tajar, Tajar, didn't you know that you were not allowed to come out of your hiding place when the campers are in camp?" And the Tajar said, "Yes, sir." And the range ranger said, "Go back to your hiding place and don't let me find you doing this again." And the Tajar said, "Yes, sir," and went back to his hiding place. Then the rain ranger went away. The next time the campers were in camp, the Tajar stayed in his hiding place. And the next time after that, he stayed in his hiding place. But the next time after that, the moonlight was so bright and the Tajar was so filled with joy that he came from his hiding place and danced in the moonlight. And he danced and he danced, and one of the campers saw him once, and the chief camper nearly saw him twice and almost forgot to forget what he looked like. But the range ranger, who ranged the ranges in that region, saw the Tajar dancing in the moonlight, and he came across the ranges and he stood in front of the Tajar and said, "Tajar, Tajar." And the ranger said, "Don't you remember that I told you you were not allowed to dance in the moonlight when the campers are in camp?" And the Tajar said, "Yes, sir." And the range ranger took the Tajar to the other side of the hill, and he sat down. And he took out a needle and a long thread, and he put a tuck in the Tajar's front leg. And he put a tuck in the Tajar's left front leg. But of course it was magic, and it didn't hurt. But the range ranger put the Tajar back in his hiding place. And he said, "Now your front legs are too short to reach, and you will have to stay in your hiding place." And sure enough, his front legs were too short to reach, and he couldn't get out by himself. And he had to stay in his hiding place when the campers were in camp, no matter how filled with joy he might be. So this was a story about our Tajar, who is always here to protect us here at camp. He is literally everywhere. And if Snoopy will bring me the picture book, I'll show you a picture of the Tajar. Now, the Tajar, when you try to take a picture of him, he doesn't always show up, and his family either, but it's okay. It's okay, because like the story said, if you saw him once, you'll forget. But if you see him twice, you'll forget to forget, and that might just be really bad. So here's some pictures of the Tajar and his family. So as you can see right here, there's the Tajar and his family. I mean, you might not be able to see him too well, but he's there. I'll show you a couple more. This one was from last summer. The Tajar and they took his tux out for a night. It was almost really disastrous, but we got some pictures of that one, and I'll show you one more. This one was back in 1997. It was a long time ago, but man, Tajar surely hasn't changed. He hasn't aged a day. He still looks exactly the same. Well, we hope you enjoyed our story time from out here in Camp Covington, and we hope you're enjoying your night. Back to you, Miss Lauren.
Thanks, guys. I love seeing pictures of the Tajar. They're the best. So we will be back at 9 o'clock tonight, and we will be doing our closing from Camp Marydale. So keep tagging us, keep letting us know where you're from. We love seeing where all we are being watched from. So we will see you guys back at 9 o'clock. So hope you enjoyed story time. Bye.